Tonight on the Gnarly List, we are looking at some video parts between the years of 2000 and 2010, a golden era for skate videos. And we're going to be looking at some tricks that possibly could have been the ender for that video part. I'm not going to touch any holy grails tonight. I'm not going to talk about the tray flip to push that ended PJ's part in Wonderful Horrible Life, or the last second tray flip nose blunt that Koston did at the end of Yeah Right, or that amazing nollie flip back 50 at Clipper Ledge to hump the dry air by Mr. Mark Appleyard. We will not be touching holy grails like that. But at the end, I'm going to say something contentious, and I'm going to say a whole video part that ends one of the most famous videos of all time shouldn't be the ender because it's not good enough. I think Kalis should be ending this video, and he got ripped off, and this guy who shouldn't be the ender called him upriver later in life. Anyway, so we're breaking this bitch off with Flip Sorry, one of the best videos of all time. Bastien Salabanzi does this kickflip front board, went on to be the Buster Bale rail a couple years later. Look at his board flex on it. That was so perfect. I'm okay with that being the ender, but I think there's this slept-on backside flip down this huge double set. It's like 7 flat 7. Look at this. Bolted. Chima went back about 20 years later, did something switch down it, but that was so sick. Could have been the ender. Heath's cover photo for Sight Unseen, it's a legendary tail slide. I do think there's a gnarlier trick in here. That was so good. I mean, he comes out the drop, stomps it, Heath style on the back foot and the knee bend. But his back nose blunt had only been done before, maybe a Mennick Mahdi, Eric Koston, and Baker 2G Greco. But this is a square rail, and it's long, UCI. So good. The rollaway, the style, the blue clothes. I love all of it. Thank you, Heath, for existing. Lesser known habitat origin, I think Silas, Baxter, Neal got ripped off for his ender. This 50-50 ended it, and it's sick, but he ate it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. He probably did that first try. He's so good. But this Smith grind on this Kinker rail, so locked, so loaded. And really, I think this Bilbao 180-50 is so sick. Jake Anderson went back, kickflip 50'd it, but this shows off Silas's all-terrain vehicle status. Baker 3, this Herman nose grind stalefish I think might just be a joke trick, or maybe Beagle made a executive decision to not end 2 parts at Wilshire 15. I mean, that was a cool dork trick. It was probably easy for Herman, but really this tray flip down the 15 is just so sick. If this happened today, I'd put it as an ender. It's just so big. Little guy, big pop, perfect catch. He just stomps it. That flips so beautifully. We're going back to Flip Sorry. So Geoff's part, Santa Monica triple set. He ends it with a varial heel. Sick. A trick you didn't see a lot back then down a triple set. But I think this 180 nose grind on the same Wilshire 15 is just insane. The way he locks it to a real switch 5-0 instead of pinch crooked like a switch crook is just so sick. And then we have Sight Unseen again. Cardiel backside blunt slides down Clipper. Sick trick for him. He shows up Heath, who did a backside 5-0 in the same video. But I think the Union Square 50-50 is way sicker. He poses it out. He's just so good. I mean, he's hitting transition 5 minutes before that, and then he's grinding a 20-stair rail. So gnarly. Really sorry. Appleyard's part ends in Lyon with a tray flip nose slide. Way sick for the time period. Groundbreaking. I just don't think it was the sickest trick in the part. I think the nollie heel down this triple set in Roseville, or maybe this nollie flip crooks, that's a trick you don't always see on a handrail. It usually goes to nose slide, and that was so good. But this nollie back heel down Roseville triple, just beautiful. I think the reason they didn't use this amazing trick as his ender is because he was already there on the same day in Sorry doing a back heel. You've already seen that. But he just stomps it so well. Such a hard trick. Such a good skater. I love this era. Next up is Subtleties. Bryan Wenning's line. It ends his section shared with Brandon Biebel. That fakey back nose grind's perfect. The switch front blunt is stomped. But I think this switch tray flip could have ended the entire video, and I'm including Janowski's amazing part to Modest Mouse. Look at that. The DC links, the style, the switchback tail 2-7 shove to end this line. Let's look at that switch tray flip again. It's one of the greatest ones I think I've ever seen filmed. Just stomped into that little bank. So fluid. I love the shoes. I love that era. I don't love Brandon Biebel, but I do love Wenning. Sticking with flat ground, a legend, Wade Desarmo, and It's Official, the KO video, 2005. He does a switch flip, switch front feeble down that rail, and that was sick. But this line, this might be the greatest tray flip ever filmed on flat ground in the history of skateboarding. I know that's saying a lot, but look at that. Oh my God, I want to skate Nikes now. The way he grabbed his pants, goes into a kickflip back nose grind. We're going to have to see that a few more times. Just so crisp, so perfect. Makes me want to become a Canadian gangster when I see that. I love you, Wade. That was so good. Going to fully flared, my favorite part in this video was Anthony Pappalardo bringing something different. But this pole jam to end it out is gnarly. I don't know why they picked it as his ender. I think they could have fit with the tech scheme of the video and chose this backside flip fake E50. It's just, that was artistic. That could be in the Museum of Modern Art. It was so good. He stomped it. I love his style. We'll stick with the same video. We're going to go to an older cat, but also a style god, Mike Carroll. He does this blunt side kickflip out. I don't know if Ty Evans liked his filming on it or something for the ender, but I think his front feeble down chunky ass Hubba should have been the ender. Just a legend from SF. Photosynthesis, Danny Garcia. He does a groundbreaking switchback tail to end his section out in the habitat section within the photo section. But this nollie flip nose slide on Hubba is just ridiculously perfect. I want to see it in slow-mo again. Going around the bench, so good. We're going to Good and Evil, a guy whose style I never liked, Billy Marks, but this is an gnarly trick. So switch big heel board slide down Beverly Hills. It's just kind of ugly, and that's why I disagree with it as the ender. I think something else could have been chosen. This nollie board slide is just ridiculous. The ball's on him. If you miss that, you're fucked. Wow, Billy. And then this kickflip crooks on this huge Hubba. It was just so good. Even by his shitty style standards, it's so good. And we'll stick with the same Hubba, going now to That's Life. Leo Romero, his ender was on the same ledge. He kickflip nose slid it, and that was sick. I just don't think it's as sick as some other things, like watching him heel flip. You don't usually see Leo do flip tricks down big stuff, especially heel flips. That was perfect. But really, this nollie nose slide, look how early he gets in. He pops. Just so gnarly, Leo. Thank you for existing. DC video, Stevie Williams. Legendary switch, shove it, rewind over the table. I like the one on Flatmore right there. That was so much better. And the switch shove it up at Santa Monica Courthouse, just insane. That could have been the ender. But really, I like this Pier 7 one. The switchback tail 270 out. It's just a trick you never see. It's so good. I love you, Stevie. Going back to photo, this is the contentious thing I was talking about. I think Jason Dill's part is way overrated. Shouldn't have ended the video. Measly tail slide. Back 3 down 4, kind of weak. Switch flip SF library, kind of weak. This atrocious walk down the stairs in the middle of the line. I know Strobeck thinks it's artistic, but why did this end out the video? This is not that great of a part. Unpinched switch crooks. There are tricks I like. That nollie back heel at Flushing. Just tearing up the new spot. Those are all sick. The style on this manual trick, the hands, I love it. This kickflip is otherworldly. I'm not a Dill hater. I just don't think it should have ended the video. This kickflip is what ends the entire video. One of the best videos ever, but I think it should be Kalis. Kalis got ripped off. The style, the trick, the spot, all of it. This, to me, screams Photosynthesis 2000. Look at how good that is. The catch, the wingspan. I love you. And that's going to be it. Again, these are just some of the best videos ever made. They're not all of them. I'm sure you can comb through that 10-year period I'm talking about and find something that I missed. And sure, throw it in the comments. I'd love to do another video on this era, or maybe I'll do 2010 to 2020. I don't know new skating as well as that, so 2020 to 2024 may be a little bit difficult for me, but I'm always up for a challenge. Again, this was the Gnarly List. Thanks for visiting. I don't even care if you subscribe. I just hope you love skateboarding as much as me. Have a good night.
Oh, no!